So I came home last night after that terrible performance that I forked out my hard-earned money to watch this team in person. Their only appearance in Vancouver this season because of the 2-1 split every season. Now I'm going to have to wait until next season to watch these team win in Vancouver against many of my friends. Well, actually, they do have one more home game against Vancouver in December. Jersey guy, again, not helping my self-esteem right now. At least I have the D-backs. I avoided any possibility of knowing the score last night since I just wanted to focus on the hockey game. You DVR'd the game, right? What happened? Maybe just check the score and avoid the agony of the game highlights. Johnny, I deleted it. What happened? Oh my God! Told you. Maybe the Titans won't let us down on Thursday. Knowing my luck, Preds lose 5-2 Tuesday night inside Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. Second game of the season after the Edmonton Oilers game, where I never really thought the Preds had any chance to threaten and win this game despite having a lead at one point. I really feel I can comment on the fact that I never felt like the Preds had a chance to win since I was at this game in person, unlike many of you, because this was a road game in another country. The Vancouver Canucks simply dominated the Preds pretty much from start to finish for the second time in pretty much a week. Kevin Lankinen got his first official start of the season because you don't want him getting rusty and you don't want to exhaust UC Saros playing him game after game, because normally you play your backup either on the front end or the back end of a back-to-back. But have you guys looked at the schedule? The Preds, surprisingly, I can't remember the last time this ever came close to happening, don't have a back-to-back game situation until after Christmas. In this game, I guess the high point, if you're a Preds fan, was the first period. You know, you had Tyler Myers slashing Liam Foudy on a breakaway in on Thatcher Demko and resulting in a penalty shot where Liam Foudy wasn't able to properly get a shot off because he hit a rut on the way in and then wasn't able to regain in time control enough to get a proper shot off. And what are we supposed to do? Like, happen in person? Ha 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 ha. Laugh at his misfortune like it was his fault. No, as there was in a few other situations, contrary to popular belief, ice in Canada can be just as bad as it is down south if it's not properly maintained. Foudy tripped because of the bad ice, not because he can't skate. You guys can all look at the replay on that one. So let's just take it easy the next time we criticize ice maintained in an arena in the southern half of the United States. Sam Lafferty scored to give the Canucks their first lead of the game under 7 minutes left. Later, less than 30 seconds apart, local kids to the Vancouver area, Colton Sissons and Dante Fabro, scored to give the Preds their one and only lead of the game, 2-1. Then late in the first period, the Preds looked to add to their 2-1 lead as JT Miller took a hooking call, and then immediately after, when disagreeing with the referee on the call, got an unsportsmanlike conduct for his trouble, resulting in a double minor 4-minute power play for the Preds. This is where the Preds' improved power play, or so I'm led to believe, has to add to it against a superior team, up-and-coming team like the Canucks, so you have more momentum, so you kind of like have the Canucks second-guessing themselves. Instead, the Preds are not able to score on the first 2-minute half of the power play, and then mere seconds into the second 2 minutes of the double minor, Tyson Barrie is carrying the puck out of the Preds zone. He tries to pass it to a defenseman partner. Doesn't go. He totally misplayed the pass, forcing him to play defense and hook Pius Suter, negating the Preds' power play. They would play 4-4 for the last half of the first period. Preds able to escape. Yes, I say escape because the Canucks, I would think, are a better team between these two, 4-4. Preds maintaining that 2-1 lead after the first. Still 4-4 in the second period. Less than a minute into the second period. Obviously, like I alluded to, the Canucks' speed cost the Preds, and Elias Pettersson has his first of the night, tying this game at 2. Despite outshooting the Canucks in the second period, 9-6, and JT Miller goes to the penalty box for high-sticking Roman Josi, the Preds can't sustain any pressure and are unable to score on that man advantage. Oh, and by the way, basically every Preds Canucks game I go to, I hear it on TV if I'm not there. I hear it in person. Refs, you suck. Refs, you suck, for every single Canucks penalty. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize the Canucks are all so choir boys and never take a bad penalty. Yes, it's not all the fans, but it grades on your ears and is a little annoying. And then after the Canucks are able to kill off JT Miller's penalty, the Preds go to the penalty box. This time Alexander Carrier for taking Ian Cole into the boards. And then after the first period, where I was on the side of the ice where the Preds scored their 2 goals in the first, I get punished watching Elias Pettersson score his second of his soon-to-be 3 goals in a game on Kevin Lankin, who didn't have the best game. Canucks now lead 3-2, a lead they would hold on to going into the second intermission. In the third period, much to this shame, the shots were even throughout the period. The only chance the Preds had to garner some momentum was when Höglander interfered with Tyson Barrie, but for the second time in this game, the Preds negated one of their own power plays when Forsberg returned the favor and interfered with JT Miller. Mind you, the interference penalty by Forsberg on JT Miller was suspect with how his stick just went flying out of his hands, but Forsberg's got to be a little bit better at that and just try to play for the puck, and if Miller tries to sell it, hopefully the ref sees it better next time. But again, I guess you can't be criticized for lack of power play success if you can't be on the power play that long. And then at the end of the game, Lankinen has been pulled. He's on the bench, and the icing for me and any Preds fan who was in attendance or had to watch this game on TV, Elias Pettersson gets a hat trick. Canucks win this one going away. Final score 5-2. So yeah, not a great way to start the 5-game West Coast CMA road trip with a loss against a team that maybe you should have learned a little bit against when you lost to them last Tuesday. It's always fun for me when I see my Preds play against the Canucks in Vancouver. I've seen the whole gauntlet of results between these two teams. In the President's Trophy season, I saw the Preds win an overtime game at Rogers Arena. Last year, as you guys all remember who follow me on this channel, I was at the comeback shootout win where I made it on national TV on Hockey Night in Canada after one of the Preds goals. But I've also seen the other side. I saw Elias Pettersson on the side of the ice that I was sitting in score a penalty shot on Pekka Rinne. And yes, last night, Tuesday night, I saw him score 2 of his 3 goals to complete a hat trick against the Preds. Next up for the Preds is Thursday in Seattle before right back into Canada to finish off the 5-game road trip with stops in Edmonton, Calgary, and Winnipeg. Still time to make this a positive road trip, but definitely some things to work on. Charles definitely gets to start on Thursday, and I think I can say this about 10% into the season. I don't think I have overestimated the Preds at all, but I'll give credit where it's due, and I underestimated the Canucks. They are going to be a threat to the establishment of the Pacific Division. Just you wait against the likes of Edmonton, who is struggling, Calgary, who is struggling, and even though Vegas is the tops of the division right now, I could see the Canucks giving that team a fight, and LA should be prepared as well. Learning from this game and the game last week against Vancouver, and definitely the 6-1 beatdown against the Oilers, no excuses not to have a better road trip from here on out for the rest until you return home in 2 weeks. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. Tell all your friends about Redemption. And thank God I didn't have any nightmares while I slept on Halloween night. I suffered all of that in person when I went to this game.